Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, the mainstream media is purposefully hiding information from you and your family members. Information that could affect you personally. What I'm about to share with you should be the #1 news story on every major mainstream media outlet. However, they are refusing to share it with the public. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the communist dictator Xi Jinping, the same man who rounds up his citizens and puts them in re-education centers, the same man who has decided to put social scores on his citizens to see if they're being a good little citizen or a bad one. And if they talk bad about him and his regime, they're sent to re-education camps. That Xi Jinping has just declared and told his military to prepare for war, and specifically hints at war with the United States of America. Now, he's also talked about going into and invading Taiwan, someone who we have a defense agreement with. What does that mean? Well, that means that we could be looking at World War III or war with China. Now, before I get into the details of that, I want to give a quick shout out to my partner at TrumpCoin2020.com. I highly encourage you guys to go there and check this out. This is my partner and they help fund what I do here. But with this coin, you get not only a great memorabilia of the president, but a list of his accomplishments on back, and it's 0.999% silver and can be bartered and traded in the event of some kind of economic catastrophe. So go to TrumpCoin2020 today and check that out in the description box below, and use the code Lisa on 3 or more coins in order to get free shipping. All right, back to the report. So Xi Jinping, the communist dictator, wants to stir up war and strife with America. Check out this first report. This is on ZeroHedge.com, published January 2019. President Xi Jinping orders Chinese army to prepare for war. Infowars.com also published January 2019. Global crisis. Chinese communist dictator announces plans to invade Taiwan and preemptively attack the United States of America. South China Morning Post.com also published January 2019. Chinese President Xi Jinping gives army its first order of 2019. Be ready for battle. It goes on to state that Yi Gang, a retired PLA colonel, said that as well as the rising tensions between Beijing and Pai, Yi's rallying call to the military was a response to the growing uncertainty over the geopolitical struggles between China and the United States of America. China is increasing its military training so that it has the best solutions for the worst outcome, either related to the United States or across the Taiwan Strait, he said. Over the coming years, the U.S. might use Taiwan and the South China Sea as bargaining chips to get what it wants from China with regards to the trade war, he said. Wow. So right there, they're talking about preparing their military, preparing their armies in China in case there's tensions with the United States of America over the Taiwan Strait. But you know what? They're already preparing and making preparations against us. Check out this report. NavyTimes.com published January 5th, 2019. We'll see how frightened America is. Chinese admiral says sinking U.S. carriers is key to dominating the South China Sea. Here's another, Express.co.uk, published January 7th. World War III fears surge as China tests massive mother of all bombs in challenge to the United States of America. And then we have enpeople.cn, coastal missile troops practice using anti-ship missile systems. You know what? That's a lot of things happening. Colonels there in China talking about blowing up United States ships and carriers. We have missiles being tested in China. We already have a trade war underway, and now they're talking about full-fledged war. In fact, the United States has taken precautions and has warned travelers against going to China. Check this out. This one's here from UStoday.com. United States Department urges increased caution when traveling to China. Caution, don't travel to China. Travel at your own risk. We shouldn't really be heading in that direction anyway, knowing that they're rounding up people of all faiths and religions, Christians and Falun Gongs and Muslims and people who are just against the regime, like journalists. And they're sending them to camps. This is a guy who is borderline heading where Hitler did. And that's what we're standing against, and not a blip from the mainstream media. Nope. They got money in their pocket from China. They're not going to say nothing. And guess what? Hollywood can't even make movies bashing China because much of it is owned by the communist regime. Someone who tells everyone they own what to do and what not to do. Thankfully, channels like mine are not bought and sold and paid for by the communist regime. But you know what is another red alert for me? Consider this. Apple, right? Apple sold out the Chinese citizens to the communist dictator. Let me give you a flashback. Here's an article. TheVerge.com. Apple iCloud partners in China will store user data on servers of state-run telecom. Okay, what does that mean? It means that Apple sold out all the Chinese people to the communist regime of China, gave all their information to state-run telecom, to the government. So now the government can use that information against them. Now we consider what's going on with America, and Apple's in bed with China. What's going to keep Apple from giving our information to China? They've already done it to the Chinese citizen. Or let's go to Google. Google created Dragonfly, a program that censors Chinese people into oblivion and turns in Chinese citizens for keywords. This is also a flashback. Check out this article. This one here is fortune.com. White House to Google. Drop Dragonfly, the censored Chinese search engine product. They've created a search engine that censors and tells on the Chinese people. If they take commands from China and we go to war with China, whose side is Google gonna land on? Is Google going to sell out the American people like they did with the Chinese, or put some kind of censorship tool against us? Apple sold them out. I have a feeling Apple may do the very same. And guess what? As a result of Apple selling out to the communists, China's citizens revolted against Tim Cook and his sales went down in China. Thank you. Anyhow, one of the most important stories today about China preparing for war is going ignored because they're bought and paid for. Well, I'm not that media outlet. Please share this information everywhere. Subscribe to the channel. And also, I ask you to support my partners in the description box below. You can find them all there. It helps me fund what I do here. Trump Coin 2020 is pretty awesome. But with that, please subscribe to the channel and start opening up your own truth channels, because this, my friends, is how we get the word out. Anyhow, I love you all. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.